Because I can tell you what can't happen, real talk. I can tell you what can't happen. We can't lose a game 7 on our home floor again.
Yeah.
We can't do that.
Back years?
No, we can't. No, not with the best player on the planet, we can't. No, we can't do it again.
Well, you can. But I mean, I guess.
No, Mars, we cannot. We cannot do it. Okay, we can't do it and still have the same conversations that we've been having. No, we can't.
What's those conversations?
That Jokic is the best player in the world.
So who are you considering?
So if the Nuggets lose, who's now better than you?
So I'm saying, who are you considering if they lose? Dude?
Yeah. So wait. So you're telling me? So let's get this straight.
Yeah.
So let's
yo, big Ox, get the papers, Ox. Yo, big Ox, drop that paperwork. Let's get it.
It is the 2nd of May, and by your account and by a lot of people's accounts, Jokic is the best player in the world.
I think.
But now you're telling me if they lose tomorrow, he's no longer the best player.
I didn't say he was no longer. I said we're gonna have to start having different conversations about him.
However, who else is in that conversation?
And I'm glad you brought that up, Mars. I'm glad you brought that up because there's a guy in Boston playing really well right now. There's a dude in Boston playing really well, and if this thing continues, and
we had this conversation 3 months ago, and she already told us she's going to push this narrative.
If these dudes go through the playoffs, like I think that, and I'm getting that playoff performance that I've been asking for from him for quite some time. If this keeps going on, and these dudes end up winning the NBA championship for the 2nd straight year, and this dude ends up doing what he's doing, I think that we're going to have to.
No. You will say Jayson Tatum's the best player in the world?
You know what I will say? We got to start talking about him different.
No, will you say if Jayson Tatum is the conference finals MVP, back-to-back champion, will you say Jayson Tatum is the best player in the world?
I'll say it right here. I remember, Mars, I told you. I said this to you months ago. I said, Mars, if they end up winning the NBA championship this summer, I am going to be unbearable. That's going to be one of the things. I promise you.
I'm here.
Yes, sir. No doubt.
Run Swiper off the show. He ain't ready to hear that. No, I'm here for it. I respect it.
Yeah,
Shay do the same. If Shay does that,
that's what I was about to say. Like,
Shay do that.
Hey, it's still some guys he got to leapfrog, but I mean, I feel it, but I don't know if I can really go that far.
Mm-hmm. I'm here for it, man.
We had this conversation exactly 3 months ago, in which Chill said that even though the level of play does not match SGA or Giannis or
your information,
but you're saying
information.
So let me set it up. Let me set it up because three games does not get you in this convo for anybody else.
And I didn't say that. I
so
say 3 games.
The issue is you're saying that if Jokic loses a game 7, even though his level of play has been better than Tatum for years, Giannis has been better for years. Jokic and Giannis would be out in the first round. This would be first time for Jokic in 2022. This would be the 3rd straight for Giannis. 3rd straight first round exit for Giannis. So you're saying that even though the level of play is not better than those players, in the years worth of data we have, including the regular season, which you value the 82 for 5 straight seasons, and multiple playoff runs that are all better than Tatum's. You're saying that if he finishes the job with a championship this year on a self-proclaimed better roster than either one of those players had, you said that. I'm bringing up your words. You're saying 3 months later that if he wins another title and he plays well relative to Tatum standards, that run will be enough for you to say, even though the level of play doesn't match, the fact that he won is going to be what puts him as the best player in the world.
So the level of play, let's discuss that for a second. If I get Jayson Tatum, who as currently right now, when I just said we got new information, if I get Jayson Tatum averaging 34, 7, and 7 throughout the course of these playoffs, for the rest of these playoffs, that is not the same level of play that he played with last year. That is not the same level of play that he played with 2 years ago. In fact, that's just as good as anybody that we've seen over the course of the last 5 years. On top of that, he's going to be first team All-NBA.
34, 7, and 7. That would be as good as what we've seen in the last 5 years on playoff runs.
That 34, 7, and 7.
So Giannis, just for clarity's sake, what real talk? Because you're the Giannis guy, so you should know on top of your head. So that's why I'm coming to you. So be prepared.
We're going to use 5 game samples.
What did Giannis average over the course of the 21 run? Do you remember? No. Real talk. He's the Giannis fan. I just want to make sure he.
First off, I'm not any particular fan.
Okay, all right. Well, Mars, you might remember the numbers. Do you remember what it is?
I might be wrong. Drink more water will be in the chat. I'll read his chat. I want to say like 30, 12.
The finals run. It It was 30, 12,
13
and
and
6.
5.
30, 13, and 5,
A
and
steal
an
and
elite
a block.
defender. or
30,
whatever.
13, and 5. I was close. Okay.
Right. So Jokic was 30, 13, and 10
Yeah.
on 50, 40, 80 splits in that run.
100%.
And they went 16 and 4. And he played
Yeah.
all the best defenders in the world at that point.
Yes, sir.
Giannis smoked down 2-0 to the best defensive team in the Western Conference that year, other than the Clippers or whatever.
Yeah.
Dominated them,
This-
including
this-
a 50 ball to close out that series. I think he averaged
Yes, sir.
35, 14, and 6 in that series, whatever else that was.
Mhm.
So you're saying that if Tatum averages over the first round 34, 7 and 7, or it's 11 and 7, actually, I think is what you meant. 11 and 7. You're
Yes.
saying if he does that,
It's 31,
versus-
by the way, too.
yeah, 30 or 30
Yeah,
or
'cause
31.
game one wasn't great, but the
It's
last
31,
three-
11, and
31, 11, and 31, 11, and 5.
Yeah.
So let's lower them again. So 31, 11, and 5.
Sure.
At that level, that will be the same level of run as Giannis and Jokic have.
over
So
his
are
last
we
three
just
games,
measuring
actually
box
36,
scores
10.
right now?
Well, that's what he
Not-
brought
not
up.
only-
He
not-
brought
not-
up-
that's
he
exactly
brought up the
what
box
it
scores.
And not well. First of all, you brought the numbers up, and number two, why are we talking about Jayson Tatum? And why I did bring.
I
the
did
numbers
not.
Let
But-
him rock, Mars.
But why are we only talking about Jayson Tatum like he hasn't been in the playoffs the last 5 years, and he hasn't gotten busy in these playoffs the last 5 years?
Has
Why
he
are we
been a
talking
better
about
playoff
Jayson-
performer in the last
Who's
5 years?
played
than
more
Jokic?
playoff games over the last 5 years than Tatum?
Jason Tatum has, in fact, not only has he
Jaylen
played more playoff
Mars.
Mars, not only has he played more playoff games, he's scored more points. He's got more rebounds. He's got more assists. He's got more blocks. So now we got a guy in 20. I know it sounds crazy to say that. In 2025, this is where we are, Mars. In 20 over the last 5
More
years.
blocks than Jokic?
In 20 since.
Oh
since-
yeah, that makes sense.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that makes
So,
sense.
so with that being said, if
He
we
had that
get
in one
here,
person.
He's talking.
If
So
we-
you're talking
if-
totality of blocks, points. And
that's
assists.
how you become. That's how you become the best
That
player
is?
on the planet. That's exactly
that
how you
is?
become.
LeBron passed Kareem.
No, okay.
That's
Go
how you
ahead.
become the best player. So Mars, to my point, if I get Jayson Tatum on this playoff run right here, considering everything that he's done over the last 5 years, if I get this playoff run from him, and these guys end up winning the NBA championship, and I get the I get the conference finals MVP, and I get the NBA finals MVP on 31, 11, and 7 on a back-to-back champion, you
Wow.
can't sit there with a straight face and tell me that this dude is not in the conversation to be the best player in the world. And I'll say it. He's the best player on the planet.
So
Because
this
there's no
playoffs,
way
Jason
that
Tatum currently this playoffs is at 31, 11, and 5. Okay, 5. He's shooting 45, 36, 90. So if he maintains that,
What's his true
So-
shooting, Swiper?
61
and a half.
60.7. Yeah, 60.7. 60.7.
But
Oh, okay.
also, Swiper,
Yeah, that.
before you glaze over the whole thing.
Against an elite defense, by the way.
Right.
But hold on, no. Also, I do want to throw in there. His defensive production and value too.
Oh, now
That-
he respects his defense.
That must be weighed in. Well, I mean, you guys tell me all about it. So, and I just gave Paulo
He's
his credit.
definitely better on
So,
defense. than
again,
Jokic.
in the
And I
last
just
in the
gave Paulo
last
his credit
5
for being a
years,
positive on a good defense.
so
I
chill.
got to give
Just to
Jason
go back
Tatum
to
his
this.
credit.
So
as
in the
well.
last 5 years, has he been a better playoff performer than Jokic?
over the last 5 years, has he been better than Joker? From the numbers, from the numbers.
No.
you say,
Play. Level play. Don't do that. Level play.
I don't think he's been a better player. No.
So you're
No,
saying
I don't think he's been a better
You
player.
factor
so
in games played. I mean,
But if you
Okay,
factor,
so-
but if you factor,
all right, no, I said level play. I'm not doing that. Marshall,
I'm not-
yeah, but
first
if
of all,
you,
I
play,
don't-
if you play at an elite level for one series and someone else is going to the conference finals, I mean, is that not relevant?
Okay.
100% is relevant.
Right. So
Yeah,
then, so then Giannis, has he been a better playoff performer than Giannis the last 5 years?
Yep. Yes.
Outplayed him in 22. Remember,
Yes.
we seen that game 6.
Yes, he has. Yes.
Yeah.
I will say that. Yes.
Yeah, Giannis
he
had
has.
40, 20, and 6 in that game.
And he had
And
46
Jason Tatum had
in that
44.
game.
44, 20, and 6. And a better
Okay,
defender.
and
in that game.
Giannis had 40,
Better defender in that
and
game as
Jason
well.
Tatum,
And Jason
and Jason
Tatum
Tatum
won
had 46 in that game.
But who was a better defender in that game?
He
Giannis had
did-
44, 20,
He
and
didn't
6.
outplay him that game.
Bad defender, but Jason Tatum scored 46. Okay.
He got busy, but he didn't outplay.
So 44, 20, and 6 is worse than what Tatum had that game?
46. Yes.
46 and what?
You praising these
46
uncontested rebounds is crazy.
46 and I think 46 and 8, 46 and 9.
46 and 8 versus
46, 9,
44,
and 4.
20, and 6.
46, 9, and 4.
46,
So
9,
Jason
and
Tatum
4.
was better in the game.
On
than
the
Giannis had
road, by the way.
44,
This is
20,
in
and 6.
Milwaukee. This is an elimination game. In
Oh no,
Milwaukee.
I'm gonna use Swiper's favorite thing. They lost the minutes while Giannis was on the court.
All right.
I hate to step in and interrupt this intense yap session that you're currently watching, but I just have to inform you on all the amazing, spectacular, fabulous, endless ways to play and win over at Prize Picks. Basketball fans, I know the season is just tipping off. Yes, I know this. But you know what that means? It means that you have an opportunity to pick your favorite players and their matchups that are the most thrilling, and you can win money from these. With Prize Picks, you can play daily NBA contests and test your hoop knowledge by choosing the player projections and every single stat line imaginable to make your Prize Picks and take home some nice hard-earned cash. Are you a rookie in the game? Don't even sweat it. I got the playbook for you right here. All you have to do is download Prize Picks, use promo code PANEL, and you will get $50 instantly when you play 5 here with Prize Picks. So what are you waiting for? Download Prize Picks, use promo code PANEL, and join me as we break down all of our amazing daily picks right here on the panel. Prize Picks. Run your game, control your game, win your game. It's easy, baby. It's easy.
Is that the way he did like Jokic? You're not Jokic minutes. They lost the minutes while Giannis was on the court. Jayson Tatum, they won those minutes by 21. They lost the Giannis.
Disgusting day. I mean,
So they ain't not the Giannis minutes.
No, it's not.
It is. Chill. I don't believe in a shadow of you. I mean, maybe your bone. I have never, ever heard someone say in the last 5 years since 2020, he's been a better playoff player than either one of those two players. And so you're saying if he hypothetically maintains this run,
Oh, you keep saying
because he's never done it. I remember because I tracked this in 22, he was having his best run ever,
right,
and then went to the finals and sucked. He was having his best run ever, went to the finals and sucked. So I'm saying is that we're gonna have to see this for 4 rounds. Cool, I'm with it. But the issue is you're gonna be running up 1 run compared to 5 years from 2 consistently better regular season and playoff players. By the way, Tatum has never peaked out higher than either one of those players in any regular season he's played in. Not one, including the playoffs. So for me, it would be irresponsible of me to say that he's better than either one of them when those are considered
so winning
the
doesn't
2
matter
best players of their generation. There are reasons why they're not winning. Hold on, chill. Is the reason? No. Chill. Is the reason they just lost to the Pacers, Giannis? No. Answer the question. Is the reason they lost to the Pacers, Giannis? Is that why they got gentlemen swept? Because of Giannis. Was Giannis? Hold on, chill. Mars, stop. Was Giannis not good enough, and that's why they got gentlemen swept?
No, that wasn't the reason why.
Okay, so you're saying he's not the reason they lost.
However, this Clipper series, a lot of the games that you lost are the reason. Joker was the reason why you lost.
Which games? So yesterday, I said yesterday.
Okay, there you go. Just that game right there. Yesterday.
Tatum's never cost them a game.
That's not the point. You just asked me how many games has he lost?
Tatum cost you an NBA Finals in 2022. How you feel about that?
The same way I feel.
No. In the NBA Finals, he cost you a series.
And
finals.
And your boys got swept in 2022 by Phoenix. Yeah, y'all got in 21. Y'all got swept.
Do you want to compare the rosters of those two teams?
Oh, see, now we want to compare.
No, you're doing winning. We're doing the context. No, stop, Mars. We just did it for Giannis. He's running with Gary Trent, Kyle Kuzma, and Brook Lopez.
Even if Harden and Kyrie.
What? Wait, what?
Huh?
Didn't Tatum get one against?
Tatum.
Not only did he get one, he scored 50. He scored 50.
Oh,
yes.
He got gentlemen swept.
He scored 50.
Yeah, Jokic got swept.
He got swept.
Nothing gentlemanly about.
So they got didn't they? Hold on, how many games did they win there? That's the 57-win team for the Phoenix, or that 64? I can't remember. Whatever that season was.
65 was the next year.
They had their roster rotation that year was Bryn.
That has nothing to do with Jokic.
It does.
Bryn Ford.
Nothing. It does. And you're telling me he was the worst roster in the sport. He didn't have a second and third best players. What are you talking about? They were running. No, y'all. This is what I'm saying. Y'all move this goalpost like crazy. That man had Bryn Ford, Facu Campazzo, Monte Morris, Will Barton, and missed the 32 games of that series. Please stop it. Jermichael Green coming out the bench. It's not even the same thing. It's not the same thing at all. It's not even remotely the same thing.
Simple question: is Jamal Murray going to stop Jokic from getting fried in pick and roll?
They would have had a better chance because their offense would have been better. Clearly, this is what we're not doing. This is what we're not doing. We're not doing it. If anybody up here that's gonna pretend like not having Jamal Murray in that series would have made a difference, you're capping again
with us not being able to protect you defensively.
This is crazy. So when Tatum falls off the cliff offensively and gets carried all last year, I didn't hear you lie about that man for the entire run. He shot 38 damn %. 38. 38. No. Hold on. Put Chill back up because this is how I know you lied. He shot 38% in both of his NBA Finals.
Went 30 and 10.
38.
30 and 10 in the closeout game.
And guess who? And guess who won Finals MVP? Chill. By your logic, who won Finals MVP? Who won Finals MVP by your logic? By your logic, you said Eastern Conference Finals MVP and Finals MVP. Who won Finals MVP? No, don't chill. Answer the question. Who won Most Valuable Player of that series?
Andre Iguodala. He did it.
All right, so that's how I know. You just said it's
wrong.
You just said it's contingent on Jayson Tatum winning Eastern Conference Finals player and Finals MVP. He lost both. Chill. He lost both of them. Both.
And they got it wrong.
No, he was better. Jayson Brown was better down the stretch of those series, and you know it. And you know it. You know it. Chill. Every time, every single time. Hold on, no. Chill. Every time in the fourth quarter of Game 3, in the fourth quarter of Game 3 in the NBA Finals last year, who closed the series? Chill. In the fourth quarter, who closed the series?
Every game of the finals.
In Game 3, who closed those? Who closed fourth quarter?
Guy who had Jamal Murray on the team.
guy that has Jamal Murray.
Right, there we go.
He's gonna talk about who.
No. So this is what I'm saying. If this is gonna be an ISO, it's gonna be an ISO. So both of y'all stay out of it. Because he just said winning Finals MVP and winning Eastern Conference MVP are contingent on being best player in the world. Tatum has zero. His teammate has 2. Has 2.
He won the Conference Finals MVP in 22. That's number one.
Finals MVP in 22.
Yeah, he won
on the finals run. He lost both of them. Chill, both.
So the point that I'm making is what you just did when you talked about what you just said is blowing my mind.
You can shoot 38% in back-to-back finals, and you're still in the conversation.
Awesome as a shooter in those series. He was
38%. I'm talking about your guy. 38%. Chill. And then, by the way, no, real talk, stay out of it. It's a one-on-one. And then, by the way, the team that Jayson Tatum lost to in 2020. No, chill. Answer this question. Chill. Answer this question. The team that beat Jayson Tatum in 2023, they won 7 games. What did Jokic do versus the same team? Chill. No, chill. I'm asking you a question.
We can't hear either.
All right, cool.
You guys
chill.
Yelling over each other.
You lost. Your favorite player lost to the Heat in 2023. What did Jokic do versus that very same team in the NBA Finals?
He got busy against them. And
30, 14, and 7. And was unstoppable. Unstoppable. So versus the same level of competition, your boy dropped off against. Your boy didn't have a good series against them. Did not have a good series. And then Jokic dealt with him.
But because of Jamal Murray didn't have any.
Jamal had 21 and 10 in that series. Jokic had 30, 14, and 7 in that series. What are you talking about? 30, 14, and 7.
So imagine.
So wait a minute, he got carried by Jamal.
So imagine that. So take the 20 and 10 that Jamal Murray is giving you off the floor because you're the same one that just said
what?
Here's why we're doing that. Swipe.
Does he not have Jaylen Brown and KP in them right now? Does he not have Jaylen Brown and Drew Holiday and Derek White and KP right now? So what are you yapping about? He got more help than Jokic ever had.
Matt, okay, Ron, this is the double talk we're talking about.
Double talk.
Yeah, this is the double talk we're talking about. Because in 22, he just told us not 22, in 21, the reason why they got swept was because the roster construction.
They had a horrible roster, 100%. And you said it's contingent on winning. You said it's contingent on winning. You don't win without an elite team.
Jamal Murray and that 20 and 10, it's not. It doesn't matter. Not only does it not matter, he's averaging 34, whatever it is that he's averaging, 30, 10, and 11. And he's the reason why, which goes back to Real Talk's point that everything.
Don't bring Real Talk into this. Talk your own point.
I'm not even talking about. I'm bringing Real Talk in to make a point. The reason why Joker is who he. The reason why those guys are who they are is because of Joker. The reason when they suck, and the reason why it doesn't go well is because Joker doesn't have enough. All you do is double when it comes.
I literally said they lost the game because of him yesterday. Hold on. This is how I know you lying. Because you've already talked about this. Tatum has never ever been able to floor race to the same degree as Jokic, and you said that. You said it, which is why you said he wasn't in Jokic conversation. You just told us last month that Jayson Tatum wasn't in conversation with Jokic or Giannis. And so you're telling me, hold on, chill. And then in the 2023 run, when your dude stunk in the Eastern Conference Finals, I'm telling you that the reason you just said Tatum can be in the best in the world conversation if he wins the title this year and win Eastern Conference MVP and Finals MVP. That's all contingent on the fact that he has a superior team able to help him, and when he sucks, carry him to victory consistently last year, consistently last season. So this is why this is not even an amendable conversation. Tatum's never even been in MVP talks, ever. And somehow you're going to jump him above Jokic and Giannis? Like, come on, bro. Watch out, dog. You didn't believe it 2 months ago. You gave up hope. Bro, Jalen Brunson finished higher than him in MVP talks last year. And now you gave up hope. And now you want to look and cap.
Now where are we, Swiper? Now where are we? Where are we today?
So he's better than Giannis? Is he better than hold on, talk about. He's better than Giannis because Giannis got out in the first round. Is that what you're telling me?
Third straight year, by the way. For the third straight year, he's out in round one. And where's your boys?
That's why he's better than Giannis?
Not only are your boys on the verge of elimination, where's the Boston Celtics? The Boston Celtics are on their way to winning an NBA championship in back-to-back years, which is one of the main reasons why you have them, which is one of the main reasons why you have Joker as the best player in the world, because he won it.
No. Level of play, he was already the best in the world. Chill. You literally just said you're going to give him credit for winning a title. And so therefore, you're saying that Giannis is also the reason they got gentlemen swept in the first round by the Pacers. Makes no sense, regardless of level of play.
I didn't say that.
Regardless of level of play.
I didn't say that. That's not
true.
You
just brought up the fact that Giannis is out in the first round for 3 straight years.
Right.
You just said
he is out in the first round.
Is that because of him? That's because of Giannis, right? I just want to get on the record. Is that because of him?
He had nothing to do with it? Yeah.
Good work.
You're not going to answer the question?
Yeah, good work, Joe.
Did he have nothing to do? You know one thing, because you can't point to Jayson Tatum's, offensive box plus minus or his box score. To you, that means he wasn't very impactful in those wins,
Who
right?
said that?
In the finals.
Who said he wasn't impactful?
But the reason, Mars, because I know you understand there's 2 sides of the ball, so I can't have.
I do understand that. Yes, I do.
You do understand that, right? Jayson Tatum being able to hold up against Derek Lively and being able to guard the 5, neutralize
Dallas against a non-scoring center. When they put him off ball to better contain the offense, yeah, he did great defensively in that series.
Exactly.
But still, his NBA Finals run is
the win.
His NBA Finals run.
You can say holding up against a non-scoring,
but his NBA Finals run isn't close to what Jokic did in 23 though. Like, we're not even having an honest conversation.
Well, why does it have to be what Jokic did?
Because he's comparing the 2 players. We're comparing 2 players,
he's not by themselves.
Yeah, but that's not. Yeah, it's not 23.
And on top of that, your vantage point is
just
those.
Like I said,
your vantage point is those finals in 23. What happens when Jayson Tatum, if he does what I think he's going to do, what happens if he ends up in the NBA Finals and he's 31, 10,
we'll
and
see.
7?
It's never happened, so we'll see if it happens. Then we can have a conversation. Then and guess what? And then you can put him back in front of SGA. But until the meantime, he's not even in the conversation with Jokic and Giannis. I don't care what Giannis did. I don't care if he's been out in the first round the last 4 years. It doesn't matter. He's been playing better than him for several hundred games in a row. Been better, including in the playoffs. I'm not blaming Giannis for why he's out in the gentleman's sweep. That's not his fault. It's a terrible roster. We literally up here 2 days ago saying he needs to leave that bummy organization because they're doing a terrible job of building around him.
The double talk.
Tatum's never had to live in there. Tatum has never had to live in that world. Never.
This is what we're not going to do. We're not going to put any onus on Giannis. We're not going to put any onus on Giannis when he's the number 1 seed and he gets bounced in the first round, right? We're not going to put any onus on Giannis when he loses in the first round again when he's getting busy. However, we're not going to give Jayson Tatum credit when he goes 30 and 10.
He gets credit, but he didn't play as well as Giannis did. It's that simple.
We're not going to give him credit when he goes 30 and 10 and 30 and 10.
Giannis had 38 and 20 to close out the East series, and he still lost. Was that the reason they lost?
1 minute there's no credit. 1 minute there's no blame for Giannis. But then when Jayson Tatum does really well, there's no credit to him.
He gets credit for it. No, chill. We're measuring level of play between 3 players. He has never touched the level of play the other 2 players have. Chill, look at me. Your entire argument is him winning titles with better teams. He's never played better than either one of those players.
There's a third player that's just completely getting forgot about it. I don't know how the MVP of the NBA is not getting mentioned, but Tatum has not been better than SGA for the last 3 years.
Jayson Tatum played better in the playoffs than Shea has.
He has, yes.
That is a fact.
But
in 5 games. In 5 games,
He has not been better collectively over the last 3 years.
In 22-23, Jayson Tatum was better than SGA.
Collectively over
Wait. In all honesty,
Ron,
Shea. I mean, collectively, SGA has one good playoff series
against Dallas last year.
Against Dallas.
Yes, I'm saying collectively.
Since Shea's been Shea, he's had one good series.
Collectively over the last 3 years,
why
he's been better.
Y'all
can say a couple playoff series. Okay, cool. And we can even say that Tatum's been better in the playoffs. We can say that, even though we've seen a larger sample size and all of that. We can't say that if you guys want to take it there. But collectively over the last 3 years, which we have, to Swiper's point, hundreds of games of sample size, SJ has been better than Tatum.
No, he has not.
Yes,
Ron.
Wait. Ron, let me ask you.
Better right now.
Hold on, Ron. Let me ask him this question because he values winning awards. He values winning awards. Why did SGA finish top 2 in MVP and he couldn't win the MVP this year then? And Tatum's not even going to finish top 3 in back-to-back seasons. Why? You value awards. Why is SGA number 2 last year, number 1 this year, and Tatum's not finishing top 3 in either season? Since you value awards,
that's a good ass question. Why isn't he? Considering he averaging 27 a game and he's the best player on the. Not only is he the best player, that's a good ass question. Why can't he be? I lead my team in rebounds. I lead my team in points.
You want to know why, Chill?
Why the hell?
You want to know why? Because Shea did the same thing in back-to-back years, and he averaged 30. That's why.
So you average
his defense was historic. That's why.
Okay, his defense was not historic. His team's defense was historic. So relax on that, Ron. That's number 1.
So he didn't contribute to that?
Jayson Tatum's a better defender than Shea.
Okay.
Not only
did
SGA
contribute to
how much better of a scorer is SGA? Chill.
How much better is a scorer? I mean, I don't think he clears Jayson Tatum.
Okay, so we're doing this. I got it. That's what I'm saying. He's lost. Chill. You're lost. There's no hope. If you think it's not that much of a gap, it's no hope. You're lost. I don't know what to tell you. That's why SGA is what he is. That's why he's cleared Tatum. That's why he's going to win the MVP. That's why Tatum can't touch him. That's why it's not a conversation for people anymore. That's the point. Your issue is you got lapped by SGA. Luka, that conversation's cool. You were never in Jokic and Giannis talks. Not ever. No sane person has ever put you, besides Celtics fans, in that convo. You, even yourself, said he's never been Jokic. You said that. You said it. So you're telling me one run's going to change that for you? Because you're blind. You're a blind witness. That's why. No matter what, he will never play better. It's never going to happen. That's cool. And at least I can self-admit when he lost a game, like yesterday. At least I can self-admit that Jokic cost him a game yesterday. You know what? Because all last year, you defended Jayson Tatum with your life. It doesn't matter what he shoots. It doesn't matter about the turnover. It doesn't matter about the late game decision. You always made excuses. Always. Joker, Chill, watch this. Let me do something you've never done. The reason they lost in game 6 yesterday is because of Jokic. You've never done that. You've never done that with Tatum. Never. Literally, I was up here with you all last year. You always defended him. Always.
That's not true. Okay.
Yes, you did. You made an excuse for the fact that he shot 38% in the finals from both years, in back-to-back years. All of it.
You defend Joker way more than I defend Jayson Tatum. That's
you know what? Guess what, Chill? I defend a better player with 3 MVPs on his resume. Since you value awards so much, I defend a top 15 player with 3 MVPs who's clearly better than your guy. Because I value awards just the way you do. That's the difference. You got first team all NBA to stand on. That's right. Great job. First team all NBAs. Wonderful job. Wonderful. Maybe one day, Chill, when Tatum gets to Jokic's level, he'll finish top 2 in MVP. Because you value awards. He'll never, ever touch 3, 2, let alone even maybe 1 MVP in his career, because there's a seismic gap. You can curl your lip all you want. A seismic gap between Jokic and Tatum as players, and you admitted it literally last month.
I got new information. That's why. And I got new information. Well, you stop it. So now.
Matter of fact, where's Jordan at? Jordan, I hope they smoke the Clippers tomorrow so you can go see what a real GOAT looks like versus a GOAT defense. I hope you can see it. I hope they smoke them tomorrow. So you can stop this nonsense you're doing.
Just like
No. Chill. Real talk.
There ain't no hope.
I got new information. I'm gonna do it. Chill. I got new information. Now Chill got me here. Hey, now Chill got me here. Chill. I hope they dog walk the Clippers so you can see SGA versus Jokic. And guess what? You're gonna see for the first time in years, Chill. You know what you're gonna see? The top 2 MVP candidates face off against each other in a series. But you know what you're going to see when Jayson Tatum plays somebody else in a series? First team All-NBA versus All-NBA, because that's the tier that he's in. Stay out of big folks conversation, Chill. Stay out of big boy conversation, Chill. You'll get there one day.
It's the player choice way. Yeah, them boys don't get it started. The player choice way. You're the player choice way. Come and switch lanes into the player choice way.